Hello there, Mr. Sutton here, bringing you the IM313 Part 1 homework solutions on elimination method. To solve this system of equations using elimination, I'm first going to check to make sure both equations are in standard form, and they are both in that ax plus by equals c form here, so we can at least add them together. Next question, if I do add these together right away, am I going to be able to cancel anything out? And it looks like we will. We have a negative 8x and a positive 8x. Those will cancel when I add these together. So my first actual step, I'm just going to rewrite this first equation under the second one, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter which order we do this in. And I'm just going to add these two equations together. So on the left side, the 8x and the negative 8x are going to cancel. And then all that's left is 11y plus 7y, which is 18y. And on the right side, negative 35 plus 17 gives us negative 18. Dividing by 18, we get y equals negative 1. Now I'm just going to plug negative 1 in for y in this equation over here. It doesn't really matter which one we use, but I'll use this one. So we have negative 8x plus 7 times negative 1 equals 17. So that's negative 7 there. And if we add that to the other side, then we get 24 on the right side. So dividing by negative 8 to find the value of x, we end up with x equals negative 3. So then negative 3 comma negative 1 is our final point. To solve this system of equations using elimination, first I'll check to make sure both equations are in standard form, and it looks like they are both in that ax plus by equals c form. So that gets checked off. Next, if I add these equations together, because that's ultimately what we have to do with elimination, will I be canceling anything out? Well, it looks like the y's are going to cancel. We have a negative 2y versus a 2y. So for my first step, I'm just going to rewrite this first equation under the second one and add these together. So those 2y's do end up canceling. And on the left, x plus 5x gives me 6x. On the right side, 6 plus 30 is 36. So then we can divide both sides by 6 to solve for x. That's going to be x equals 6. And to solve for y, we just plug 6 back in for x over in, we'll just use this equation here, but either one would work. So we have 5 times 6 minus 2y equals 30. So that's 30 minus 2y. Subtracting 30 from both sides, that's going to be 0 on the right side. We still have a negative 2y over there. Dividing by negative 2, we get y equals 0. So then my final answer, we've got 6 comma 0. To solve this question using the elimination method, I'm first going to check to make sure each equation in this system is in standard form. That's ax plus by equals c form. And it looks like, let's just take a look at this second one here. This is almost in standard form. I'm just going to rewrite it so that this negative 8x comes first, just to write things in the same order. So we have negative 8x plus 6y equals 54. So that was kind of a small change, but it'll help us out. And now this other equation here is totally not in standard form. I'm going to subtract 39 to get it on the other side. And that'll give me the same form as the equation over here. Really, you just have to make sure things are going in the same order and that x and y are both on one side of the equation, the same side of the equation. Next question, now that I've rearranged those, if I add these together, am I going to be able to cancel anything out? And it looks like we will. If we add these equations together, the negative 8x and the positive 8x will cancel. And now all that's going to be left on the left side of the equation is going to be, let's see, 6y plus negative 3y gives us positive 3y. And on the right side, 54 plus negative 39 is going to end up being 15. Dividing by 3, we get y equals 5. And now that we know the value of y, we can plug that back in to figure out x. So I'm going to plug 5 in for y in this equation up here. It doesn't really matter which one we use, but I'll use this one. So we've got 8x minus 3 times 5 plus 39 equals 0. So we can write this as minus 15 in there. And then negative 15 and 39, that's going to add up to 24. If I subtract 24 and divide by 8, we get x equals negative 3. So then negative 3 comma 5 is our answer.